The day is today. Arsenal is facing a side called Nottingham Forest in the Midlands. Late in the night, that's when the game of football is going to be broadcasting all over the world, and very many Arsenal fans just can't wait to see these players return, having gone ahead to last played on the 21st of this month, meaning that they've been out of action for 9 days. And Mikel Arteta has gone ahead to confirm to us lots of things. I went ahead to confirm to you that Thomas Partey is out. Declan Rice and Gabriel Magalhaes have gone ahead to travel with the Arsenal squad to the Midlands. That is the latest news we are getting through from our correspondents of Arsenal and sources linking us to Arsenal. And this game is really very important. Do you know why? If Arsenal win today, tomorrow Chelsea is playing Liverpool at Anfield, and you never know what's going to happen at Anfield in there for you. And after that, Arsenal are gonna be playing Liverpool on Sunday. Do you know what that means? It means that if Arsenal go ahead to obviously cause a threat to Liverpool, and Chelsea makes Liverpool drops like 2 points, Arsenal might have gone ahead to equate points with Liverpool, provided Arsenal beat Liverpool at the Emirates. Welcome to the Rokani Media Football. This is the Arsenal News Show. I'm gonna bring you how Arsenal gearing up for the side of Nottingham Forest tie tonight, and exactly what Arteta had to say about Martinelli, Crystal Palace win of 5-0, whether it really means a lot from the consecutive losses that Arsenal went ahead to see before they went to the winter break in Dubai. And he has also gone ahead and we've spoken about Crystal Palace missing out on close to 5-6 players that are playing right now at the AFCON. Now, let's obviously get into this. We thank God for the gift of life. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're only watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And Rokani David is my name. The Muslims, Barakallahu Fikum, and we thank Allah for providing protection and really leading you to where you guys deserve to be. Now, today, Arteta was asked on the manner of Arsenal's performance here against Crystal Palace after 3 consecutive losses. He said, when the team performs the way we did and lose games, I was hoping that it would not carry on way it did. But this is football and it can still happen. But I was very confident that it was coming because I could see the team. The way it was playing, performing, and how upset and angry they were, known to have what we deserved. As well, I think it was a motivation after the break to put it right and get back on the track. Now, unless someone is naive about the game of football, he's the only one who will downplay Arsenal's result against Crystal Palace. Sometimes you need that win to obviously spark off, all the players to get going, and all you need is that one win to get you back to winning ways. And I tell you, it was good for Arsenal to get all those losses in the previous year. That is it. But if they continue to have a very good run this season and winning very many games, then it will obviously not reflect back, because every team has a bad season, a bad part of the season, and a good part of the season. And I think this is the time that Arsenal will obviously have to really want to have a good part of the season. Do you know why? They remember last season that having gone ahead to have 3/4 of a good season, they had a quarter of a bad season, and they lost the trophy to a team that had almost had half of a bad season, that is Manchester City. So it resonates to the people of Arsenal that it is never gonna be a hard time throughout. At a point X, things will get better and better and better and better, and when they're taking on Nottingham Forest, the time to prove that things can get better and better and better. Now, Arteta was asked on to how he feels that Nottingham Forest is having absentees due to AFCON. He said, I see what we can manage with our preparation, and this is what we have tried to do against a team with the manager who I know really well. It's going to be extremely competitive, and we've had some really bad experiences over there in the last 2 seasons. So we are going to have to be really good to beat them. Remember, when he talks about having really bad times there, when Arsenal traveled in the season of 2021-2022 to play away at Nottingham Forest in the FA Cup, I think it was like the 4th round, Nottingham Forest knocked out Arsenal by 1-0. Last season, Arsenal lost to Nottingham by 1-0 at that stadium, meaning that he knows exactly what's going to happen there. So, knowing exactly what's going to happen that side, he feels like there is a little bit of relief when they're not having very many players who are really at the AFCON. Those who watched my match preview, I think I came up and really told you exactly what players are not really gonna take part into this game of football because of them being at the AFCON. When you look at that list, it has the following players that are out of action because of the African Cup of Nations. Ola Aina, he plays for Nigeria. Cheick Kouyaté, I think he plays for Senegal, right? Willy Bolly, he plays for Ivory Coast. Serge Aurier plays for Ivory Coast. Ibrahim Sangare plays for Ivory Coast. And Moussa Niakite, you know? There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're having 6 players out because of the AFCON, and that is a boost for Arsenal. If at all you know what the game of football is all about, it takes a lot for a team to obviously be competitive. And remember, they are having Morgan Gibbs-White, who is still a doubt. You know, Nuno Tavares is not going to play. Anthony Elanga is having a thigh injury. You know, Aonyi is out with a groin injury. Felipe has a hamstring injury. Divock Origi is having a groin injury. So, unless Anthony Elanga and Morgan Gibbs-White pass the late fitness test, that's when these two will showcase up in the game. So, these 4 players of 5 are joining the other 6, making it close to 11 players out of action. And that really means a lot for the side of us. And that's why Arteta has a little bit of relief, because the squad of Nottingham Forest is depleted and it's really thin, and Arsenal really has very many players. And you all know now that it's only Thomas Partey, Julian Timber and Fabio Vieira that are really out. El Nini and Tomiyasu are also out because of the national duties that went ahead to call in for. So let's go and see how exactly Arsenal went ahead to prepare, all gear up for the game of Crystal Palace. That is Mikel Arteta, the manager, all smiles, thinking to capitalize onto that win of 5-0 to obviously extend it and really win against Nottingham Forest. Winning against Nottingham Forest will see them go ahead of Chelsea and closing down the gap in between them and Liverpool, and that will obviously pile pressure onto the side of Liverpool when they're taking on Chelsea. Then Kai Havertz and Trossard, these are kind of the players whose quality is really unquestionable, and they're really trying to do a lot of things. Kai Havertz having 4 goals in the Premier League, and Trossard is also one of those that is going to have to take his tally to 7 into the system right now at the club of Arsenal. So Trossard went ahead and scored against Crystal Palace, the 3rd goal, and I anticipate that he should be started to take on the side of Nottingham Forest, and I want to see Mikel Arteta put Martinelli back on the bench. Bukayo Saka and Edin Ketia, two Hell End Academy graduates, obviously looking on very surprised as Saka covered his lips in total astonishment in there for you, and Nketiah was holding the back of his head with 2 hands, meaning that this was really very enticing and it was really very interesting during the training sessions that they geared up for the team. This is Trossard. I see Nwaneri. I see Martin Odegaard, the captain, all geared up for this fixture, and they're really ready to take on the side of Nottingham Forest. Then Nwaneri obviously battling it out with Kai Havertz on the training, trying to pull him, but it looks like Kai Havertz was like, I'm unstoppable, you cannot stop me from obviously getting to where I deserve to be. Then we go to Edin Ketia trying to finish and put this ball past, I think this is Aaron Ramsdale, during the training sessions of Arsenal that we had done yesterday as they prepared for the side of Nottingham Forest. Then Benjamin White, who is going to play as a right back and is going to face, I think, what's the guy who's going to face? Either Gibbs-White or Calmson Odoi. Then Reece Nelson also looking happy on the training session of Arsenal, a player that I believe, if I'm Arteta, I start him ahead of Bukayo Saka. Today, I do that. Then Saka, obviously, trying to show his happiness and his smiles. Mikel Arteta, obviously very, very happy and really trying to conduct the training session at London Conley. Then Trossard going past Benjamin White, raising his foot high to obviously go in for a curling effort. All dummy Benjamin White, who was flowing in like rain, and sending him back to Brighton. That is Leandro Trossard for you, a player I really love a lot. Then Edin Ketia looking on, and he's one of those players that is okay with having limited time at Arsenal. And if you're a team like Arsenal, players like Edin Ketia shouldn't be at Arsenal, because you should be having a striker who keeps knocking on the door of Mikel Arteta, calling in for more minutes. That is it. Jorginho, a player who is in contention to start into that game if at all Declan Rice isn't past fit in that game. But he's really good and he's in good shape. Then we see this is Edin Ketia trying to obviously do the needful and go past Kai Havertz as Cedric Soares looks on. Then William Saliba obviously doing the needful on the ball, and Edin Ketia was putting in the energy to stop him from obviously thriving to going where he was destined to be. Then Bukayo Saka all smiles, looks like he was celebrating for a beautiful goal he went ahead to score during the training session. And what you do in the training sessions needs to obviously go in to get orchestrated onto the field of play. That is for Bukayo Saka, and is one of those players that I would love to see score today for Arsenal, because for Arsenal to compete and stop the dominance of City and Liverpool, they need to get Saka back on the rod. Then Benjamin White seated on the ball, watching on. Emily Smith-Rowe, one of the players that really went ahead to come in through and really put up a show. I believe he can do the best again as they take on Nottingham Forest. And I think he's pushing for getting his first start again after start against Sheffield in the Premier League. And I know he is not far off from really getting his start. I won't be surprised if at all Mikel Arteta names him in the starting 11 of Arsenal today, because I know the qualities of this boy are really immense. This is Gabriel Martinelli taking a touch and obviously trying to capitalize and add more to the 2 goals he scored against Crystal Palace that took his tally to 4. That is Martinelli for you. And you see him with the balls, trying to obviously look on and see to it that he takes on the best of the team. And Arteta was asked about Gabriel Martinelli and what he thinks about his brace, whether it's gonna really resurrect him to the player we saw last season and really hit the ground running. Arteta said on getting Martinelli his confidence back after scoring it twice against Crystal Palace, he said, absolutely, sharing the goals is really important, but for individuals, there is confidence and taking some anxiety away from it, and actually scoring 2 beautiful goals like we did is going to make him a lot of positive things. Obviously, it's a big move in the right direction for the lad, and trust me, it does a lot for the guy of Martinelli, because a season has not been all that good for him, because he has only 4 goals in the Premier League. He had 21 games have gone ahead to be played by Arsenal, and last season he had close to 10 goals by now, but it looks like he needs to see to it that capitalizes onto this game of football that he has to play against the side of Nottingham Forest, and he should obviously get himself back onto the scoring line. He needs to score consistently, like consistency is needed. Score against Crystal Palace, score a brace, score 1 against Nottingham Forest, and look again Liverpool. Score 1 against Liverpool. I think that will be enough for him to get back to where people deserve him to be. Saka, obviously try to bend it like Saka, obviously during the training sessions at the London Conley. So that's how Arsenal went ahead to get geared up for the Forest game, as Arteta hints onto the threat of Nottingham Forest and expecting Martinelli to obviously get back to goal scoring ways. Rokani David is my name. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Your reactions to all what we've gone ahead to talk about are welcome in the comment section below. And this is the channel that brings you the latest football news apart from Manchester United. If you want to watch me do the United stuff, better go to the United Matters channel. That's where you are gonna get me. I'm out. I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. The Muslims, Barakallahu Fikum. we sign out. Bye bye.